Right now, Atlanta police searching for whoever broke into more than 100 vehicles, including one belonging to a police officer. I'm Tori Cooper.
And I'm Carly Barnett. We appreciate you joining us tonight. This video shows some of the damage. It happened around 7 this morning at a parking garage along Montague Circle in northeast Atlanta's Inman Park neighborhood.
That's where we find Atlanta News First reporter Asia Wilson. She's live inside the parking garage at Mariposa Lofts. And Asia, we know residents are not happy about this.
Yeah, Tori, I was inside that parking garage earlier where we saw multiple cars broken into. But right now, I'm standing on the street level right outside of that parking garage where one woman says that her car was broken into. This is not her vehicle, but as you can see, it's one of the many vehicles that were broken into with glass hanging out of it. From the inside of this parking garage for Mariposa Lofts.
I think a bunch of them in the lot got broken into.
To the outside, close to a very busy BeltLine.
I was parked on street parking outside, and I saw my car as one of the ones that was damaged.
Residents are left to clean broken windows and fragments of glass after Atlanta police discovered more than 100 cars were broken into Saturday morning, including one of their own patrol vehicles. Luke Hendershock says $80 was stolen from his car.
But they busted out 3 windows and stole some cash and a pair of pants.
And this happened to him as a visitor from Tennessee.
I had all my drum equipment in there, which is the scary part, but they didn't take any of that, luckily.
While Michelle only has a broken window on her passenger side.
This was all covered in glass.
She says this points to a bigger parking garage problem.
We've had the gate to our garage has been broken for months and months, and we've been filing complaints with management here to try to get it fixed, and they keep saying, oh, the part's coming in, it'll be fixed, and then it hasn't gotten fixed. And there have been smaller incidences of people having their bikes stolen, cars broken into as well, just not at this scale.
Now residents say they want something to be done once and for all.
Our video cameras, if we have any, don't seem to work.
Concerned it could happen again.
I want to move. I want to move units if I can, or move to a different complex because I just don't feel safe.
Now back out here live tonight, you can see glass still remaining on the ground with broken glass hanging out of the vehicles here. It's important to note that 2 guns were stolen during this ordeal. Police telling us tonight it did not come from their cruiser that you saw in that video. Now, I did reach out to the Mariposa office staff about their concerns here, and I'm still waiting on a response. We're live tonight in Atlanta. Asia Wilson, Atlanta News First.